to WRPB and WRPB Studios. Okay, you guys know how terrible I am about eating healthy and about doing the right thing for my body. So I brought someone on who can kind of yell at me and maybe teach me how to do better. With me is Kelly. How you doing, Kelly?
Good. I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, so the name of your company is?
Is Sunshine Wellness?
Okay, why? Why did you get into that?
Well, I've been involved in health and wellness my entire life. I've really had a calling for it. People would always come to me we were growing up and say, "What could I do for a cold?" or "How could I lose weight?" or "How can I have better skin?" And I just kind of was drawn to it, so I just started researching how to become a health and wellness facilitator, and I've been doing it my entire life, not for financial gain, but for, benefits to others. But I've been doing it as a business for the past 15 years.
Okay, so I ask every entrepreneur the same question.
Mm-hmm.
When you decided to get into business
Mm-hmm.
and not work for somebody,
Right.
did you have family support?
No, everyone thinks I'm crazy.
Okay.
And patient compliance is very hard, especially with family and friends, unless they are sick or they need something quickly.
Well, I get it. I mean, when I started this, what I got was don't be stupid, get a real job. It's a pipe dream.
Right.
Okay. And the more they told me that, the more I stuck it out.
The more you wanted it, right?
Right. And I've been a licensed realtor forever. And I did commercial real estate, made a ton of money. And I should have stayed in that instead of trying to start something new. But the me always is looking for that new adventure and something, a new journey, and always looking to prove somebody wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So I stuck it out, and I managed to. You guys know me for 35 years. I managed to get 3 studios and stuff. But in those times, I had I lost 40% of my lung function. I had a heart attack and triple bypass and 2 strokes. Health wise, in your opinion, what would be not the end all be all, but what would be your suggestions?
So my suggestion always starts out with diet and lifestyle. Um, you can't out supplement a poor diet, right? Because that's what people try to do. They try to like take supplements. Oh, let me take a whole bunch of multivitamins. I'm going to be healthy, but it's not the way the body works. The body doesn't function that way. So I always like to look at people's diet, like how can we increase fruits and vegetables, decrease like caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and fat, and then also lifestyle. Like you just explained, you said you had all these health issues. You were probably very stressed out and not in a happy
Hasn't
place.
changed.
Yeah, but not in a happy, fulfilling place, mentally or mood wise, whatever. And we look at that side of the issue too, because what you eat, like you could eat a piece of cake and you can say, "Oh my gosh, this is so bad for me. This is terrible for me." Your mind is telling your body that.
Excuse me.
Or you can say, "Oh my gosh, this cake is so good. It's so delicious." Like you could really revel in the fact that you're enjoying something. So a mindset does have a lot to do with the way your health functions in
The,
your body.
the problem is, if you cut me a piece of cake, I'm going to want another piece right after that.
Right. So then that leads us into trying to, you know, only cut a small piece maybe, or, portion controls, or like if you go into macros of your diet, like, okay, so let's cut off some fat and sugar from this end because we had this piece of cake, so like you kind of balance it.
So what's interesting to me is, and everybody's done it who's been through a trauma like a heart attack or
Hmm.
stroke. So we come out of triple bypass or a heart attack, and we go, "I'm never going to eat cake again." But in our minds, I'm never going to eat cake again for the next 2 weeks, and then we go back to eating the crap. How long does it take to detox from something?
Okay, so that brings me into something else. So when you have like a support system that really helps in that, because you can say, oh, I'm never going to do this again, like you said, but if you don't have like a coach or someone that's in your, in your field to be like, hey, yes, you can do this, or hey, let's have a phone call, or let's email back and forth, or some sort of support system, you're probably not going to be able to stick with, I'm never going to eat cake again, or I'm never going to drink again, or I'm never going to, do whatever it is that you keep telling yourself you're never going to want to do, which is going to lead you into feeling shame and guilt and bring you back into that whole mood thing as well.
You know, sugar is an addiction.
Yes. It's the
Okay.
first addiction.
Is it?
Everyone thinks that it's marijuana, but the first addiction is actually sugar. If you think about it, like as a kid, what did you want? You didn't want pot. You wanted you
No,
wanted sugar.
I want sugar. And I'm not a kid anymore, and I still want sugar all the time.
Yeah.
So, for someone like me, who's going to not really listen well, because that's not what I do.
Right. Patient compliance we talked
Okay.
about.
So, how do you, working with someone, get someone who doesn't listen
Right.
to kind of at least listen?
So what I like to do is I like to get to know the person's personality, and with you, I've found that humor works. That if we joke back and forth about things, we're actually being serious, but we're going back and forth with banter and we're making jokes about things. But I know since you and I have met and we've discussed things, you have been a little bit better about making different changes in your diet and lifestyle, which
Well,
I've noticed personally.
you came here and you're revamping your website, and you said, boy, I'm hungry. And you went in the other room and you got Twizzlers.
Yeah, I didn't eat them though.
No. And you gave me one.
Right.
And I said, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So I was well behaved.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying to give up cake, cookies, and kind of sugars like ice cream and stuff for 21 days.
Yeah.
Because they say it takes 3 weeks to,
Install a new habit.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I also want to watch my salt intake,
Mm-hmm.
because the salt intake is not good for my blood pressure or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And someone who has like the blood pressure issues, it's funny, because all the sugar I eat, I don't have diabetes. Those numbers are good, but again, you're going to tell me to do this and that, and I'm not going to listen for a number of reasons. One is because I'm spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
2 is because I have all these years of eating this crap.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 is I'm like stubborn.
Right. Well, so in that case, in that scenario, if you're not motivated and you don't have issues, like what you're telling me is right now, oh, I eat all this sugar, but it's not affecting my health. It is affecting your health because it's inflammatory, and it is affecting your blood pressure as well, just so you know. Salt's not always the culprit here. Just, but what I would suggest to people is be really, really honest about what you eat and what you drink and your lifestyle, and then you bring it before someone like me, and then we see how we can tweak it that fits your stubbornness and your spoiledness and things like that. It's not going to be like, hey, listen, you're not going to eat that, you're going to eat a salad with no dressing. Like, we're not going to go from point A to point B like that. No,
Right.
we're going to take little baby steps to get you to small changes.
Saturday I ate. I was up in Orberdale, Florida, and I had a salad with chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So I had grilled chicken
Mm-hmm.
and a salad,
Mm-hmm.
and to add the sugar, I had dressing. So I had honey mustard dressing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a little careful about how much of the dressing I had.
Right.
But I don't know how to explain it. So it's almost like I'm unfulfilled at the moment.
Right.
So I'm full, but it was like,
Not satisfied, not
Yeah,
satiated.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that chocolate chip cookie or that donut or that ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Do those things ever go away?
Well, it would be cravings, and also your subconscious mind. You have developed into, you're always going to want that because it's the only thing you've known, correct? So it's just reestablishing the way your mind thinks about things and the way you want things, and do you need it or do you want it? So it's just kind of like just restructuring your thought process. And there are other options that we could do for you that would be something like, okay, well, I want that cookie or I want cake or I want, whatever it is, ice cream. But you can make better choices in those decisions as well. Especially in this day and age, you can get things that taste good that are actually healthy.
Really?
Yes, yes, you
I don't
can.
buy that.
I'm serious. I swear. There's so many recipes I could make for you that you wouldn't even know that it's super healthy and it's rich and decadent and it satisfies your sweet tooth and fills that little void that you have that you're wanting something that's sweet and creamy or whatever, crispy like a cookie or whatever.
We're getting to the top of our time for this interview. How do people find you? You have a website?
Yes, it is sunshinewellness.co.
Okay. And do people call you, just email you? What do they do?
Well, people can call me. We can do a phone consultation. We can do an email consultation. We can also do one-on-one if people feel more comfortable, like meeting me in person and sitting down with me. If you're local, and I'm in the Delray Beach area.
Well, you made a haul up to here, so that's pretty
Yes,
impressive.
yes, I did.
I feel honored.
Oh, thank you. It's okay. I'll give you the bill for gas.
So, everybody, I've said this a million times and I'll say it again, use a professional. If you don't, you're not going to succeed, in my opinion. And I guess eating is an addiction.
Yes.
And and correct me if I'm wrong, but unless you're ready, you're never going to
Right.
succeed.
Right. If you just don't take it seriously, like when I listen to you, I feel like you're not taking it seriously. Like, and there are studies done where people are told like they're going to die, and they still don't change their habits. But once they have support and someone that's holds them accountable, they are more likely to succeed.
Everybody, check out her website. Give her a call. There's a submit button on there to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as well as a place to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
It can't hurt. Okay, maybe you'll learn something new. With that, everybody, have a great day, and we'll be right back. Thank you.